Hello and welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for Virgo. I'm Julia Mijas.
And I'm Jamie Kell Miller. Well, hey, Virgo, there's not a ton of career activity going on for you this month, so you could kind of take a little bit of a back seat and put some of your attention on more personal matters, except for the really good news, which is that Juno is going direct. And I've been mentioning this in the last couple of horoscopes that Juno went retrograde in January and maybe threw our relationships into a little bit of chaos and disorder, or just brought up a lot of criticism in our relationships. Maybe you felt as if you're on a microscope as a partner, as a relator, and you may be questioning your ability to relate and be a partner, or questioning your partnership. But the pressure for that is about to go away, and that happens April 21st when Juno goes direct. And then that pressure will fade gradually over the rest of the month and through May. And you'll be entirely clear of any of the disagreements or challenges that came up to your major relationships this year by July. So that's really good news. And it really is it funnels into all the other areas of life, because it can be your professional relationships that you have on the job or with a business partner. And it can be a domestic partnership, like a co-parenting relationship or a marriage, or even a really good friend that you feel a strong sense of partnership and simpatico with. Um, Now, there is more news about relationship. One is that Venus spends the first couple of days of the month until April 4th in your seventh house in Pisces. And that is just such a good juju. I just don't even know how to tell you how good that is. It's terrific. And so those first several days of the month are really good for sympathizing with your partner and feeling like mergy and yummy with your partner. And then Venus moves on into the eighth house, which is arguably even more mergy. And in your eighth house, there's a bunch of intense stuff going on. And this is a house of intimacy and sharing. It's also a house of finances. Julie will tell you about that in a minute. But in the domain of intimacy, because this eclipse is happening and because Mercury is going retrograde in this house this month, um, it's going to be a little challenging. And one thing that I would say to watch out for is being a little sexually hasty or overly spontaneous. So if you meet somebody who's really attractive, don't just pounce on them right away, especially during the eclipse, which is happening on April 8th. So early in the month, if you get to mid-month and you haven't pounced on anybody yet, then you're probably in the clear. Shoo. We know this is such a problem for you, Virgo, isn't it? Probably not, but still worth mentioning. And Mercury is going retrograde, but Mercury is a really important planet for you because um, he is the ruler of Virgo. And so when Mercury goes retrograde and all the communications go awry and machinery breaks down and logistics and systems kind of fall apart, it can be really rough. And because Mercury is in Aries, there could be some, hot words exchanged. Not the kind of hot words that get you into the bedroom, but the kind of hot words that get you fired or make you want to fire somebody. So definitely curb your tongue and be cautious while Mercury is retrograde in Aries. And that's from April 1st to the 25th. And then after that, think there should be much more smooth sailing. Julia, what's the news of finance for all the Virgos out there?
All right. Well, hey there, Virgo. Ceres, the finance asteroid, makes a lovely trine with Jupiter towards the beginning of the month, and that kind of helps you feel more financially expansive. It might give you a little boost in that arena. But Jupiter does move onward, and Ceres is beginning to slow down by the end of the month. It's going to go retrograde next month, and that's going to bring us a financial review period. We'll definitely tell you more about that when it happens next month. So definitely keep watching watching. Now, there is a financial overhaul coming in your life. The Aries full solar eclipse that's happening on April 8th is taking place in your 8th house. And it's a financial eclipse for everybody because it's squared by Ceres, that asteroid I mentioned. So eclipses can bring some pretty big sudden change. It can bring hasty, impulsive behavior because it's in the sign of Aries. And this is affecting 8th house stuff for you. That it can include your partner's income, taxes, investments, 401ks, and Mercury's also going retrograde in the 8th house at the same time. So a lot of 8th house changes are happening. The Mercury retrograde is going to be a time of review and potentially miscommunications over money. Now, it's definitely not a good month for borrowing because Mercury is retrograde this whole month. Any type of contract you need to sign that has to do with money, if you can put it off till next month or the month after, I think you're going to be in much better shape. Well, that's all for today. If you had fun with this video, then please do hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and tell your friends about us.
You can find our site at pandoraastrology.com to get a reading with one of us, and you can find us on Patreon for workshops and classes. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.